All right, I'm here today on the bridge. A hot, sweaty mess with my chick, my chick. Sanford's down there in the water. And we are at the bridge on Monday, June the 17th, 2024. Gia, I got your message this morning, and as always, as soon as I see that your message comes through, before I even open it, boom, there she is. Beautiful angel Courtney. The first word that Courtney came through with this morning, and then she gave nothing else with it, was porcupine. But I knew as soon as I heard in my soul's mind porcupine that Courtney was ready to present. She then gave me a vision, Courtney gave me a vision of shelves, like in a closet. She had me feel like you perhaps, well, of course you just moved, so whenever we move and we're unpacking, we do find old trinkets and treasures, but this is something in particular, and it definitely has to do with something that you found on a shelf, S-H-E-L-F, like in a closet. I don't know if it's a pantry or a linen closet or a coat closet or clothes, whatever it is. There was something that she wanted you to be aware of. She also showed me a bandana. I could not see a color with this bandana, but I knew it was a bandana, and it was definitely on Ed. And it was on a weird spot. Like, you know, when you think of a bandana, I don't know where you think of a bandana, but I don't know. This bandana, I couldn't tell where it was. It was either like on Ed's arm or on his leg somehow, like wrapped around his leg. And he was being silly and funny or something with it. Courtney wants him to know that she was there. She's always there. She also brought up again, well, she always brings up, this is many times now, she's brought up the word Cheetos. Cheetos. She loves food. And today she wanted to bring up Cheetos. She also brought up the words I heard, brush fire. And I could see a vision of Courtney at that point. She was actually warming her hands over this brush fire, which was kind of a little bit bizarre to see. But what she was showing me was that there was no danger from this brush fire. And what I was feeling with the brush fire is that this was more so symbolizing, well, when we have a brush fire, what is that for? It's to maintain forestry, to get rid of the old, to allow space and place for new growth to come. Like, look where we are right now, you know, I mean, so metaphorically, symbolizing, I believe, this brush fire is that's exactly what you and Ed are going through right now with your move, is you're having your own little brush fire. You've packed, you've moved, you're there, you're settling, you're situating, and you're determining, yeah, we need to get rid of this, or let's keep this, or, oh, I forgot about this, you know. So this is another one of Courtney's ways of letting you know, hey, I'm with you. While you guys are going through all this transitioning and this process of your move, I'm with you guys all the way. I'm in the closets with you, and I'm helping you with the brush fires and all of that. Oh, Chip, she's just so silly. While I was connecting with Courtney earlier today, the song by AWOL Nation came on called Jump, Sit, Stand. I'd never heard this song before. But as soon as I began to hear this song, I was like, okay, so I still have yet to have a chance to look up these lyrics, but remember, whenever Courtney shares a song with you, he's barking at the cows. Every song that she shares with you, those are huge messages in the lyrics and in the words, as well as in the songs. And so I've encouraged you, Gia, to create a Courtney music playlist for a long time now. You definitely got to do that, because she has shared a lot of songs. I don't know what the words of this song say yet, but I'm certain if you go and look up at the lyrics, Jump, Sit, Stand by AWOL Nation, it will make sense to you. Courtney then also gave me a vision of you, Gia, picking up a book and opening it and then putting it down. And she was kind of laughing when she showed me this, and she's like, Ma, you gotta make time to take time. And then she stopped and she goes, no, Ma, you gotta take time to make time. So it was funny how she was going, I'm very much so on the same wavelengths as Courtney. She's really quite wonderful. She showed me a gumball machine as well, like you see in a gas station, or wherever you are, and you need to put a quarter in it, to get the gumballs. But she had me zoom in to the actual gumball machine, and she was like, it's not the little gumballs, I like the big gumballs. She was like, that's the balls I want, the gumballs that I want, the big ones that take a quarter. I also saw a vision of, oh look, there he goes in the water. I also saw a vision of Gia. You were wearing a cropped black t-shirt, kind of raggedy. What do you... I could see your belly button, Gia. And this is how specific Courtney is, and I love it, the ways that she has me focus in on specific things. She was smiling when she showed me this vision of you wearing this shirt, Gia, and so I felt like this was a shirt that was either special, that you wore a lot when you were with Courtney, or perhaps it's even one of Courtney's shirts that you have. I then saw a vision of Ed standing on a phone, like a phone, like with a real cord to it, not a cell phone. And I could hear a man's voice on the other end, whoever Ed was talking to. I couldn't hear words. I don't know what they were talking about or anything like that. But Courtney put her hands across her chest and was doing like, this, like she was smiling. So whoever this was that Ed recently spoke to, who was a man, Courtney wants you to know that she agrees with what you were saying and what you were feeling. She showed me a closet again. I kept seeing this closet, and I was like, I even asked Courtney. I said, well, what do you want me to see, Courtney? Because I don't see it. But she's very quick, as you know, Courtney. When she gets rolling, she's very fast, and she gives a lot of information. So then she continued to go on, and she showed me a vision of it was you, Gia, and Courtney in a car driving, and Courtney was driving, and all the windows were down in the car, and she wanted me to say specifically, not because the air conditioning wasn't working, whatever that means. The windows were down, just you were both feeling free, your hands both, she was driving, her hand was out the window, your hand was out the window, and you girls were just singing it up and laughing. And so I don't know if this was an actual memory, if you girls took a road trip together or something, but again, a lot of times if whatever Courtney gives to you, if it's not a memory, then know that what it is a symbolization of something. So when I see a vision of two girls in a car, windows down, music playing, they're singing and their arms are out the window, well, of course, what do I feel? I feel a beautiful moment. So Courtney at that point had me feel, you know what, Mom? Little car journeys, it's not about, having to go to some place like, a destination, like a vacation or something. She was more like, Mom, when you go to the grocery store, that's a journey, She's like, when you get in your car, Mom, she wants you to, she's brought this up before, hasn't she? I'm actually just thinking of this now. She's given me this vision before of being in a car a lot with you. So know that when you're driving in your car, Gia, your daughter is always right there with you. Today was the first time she showed me she was driving the car. So that's interesting. The last thing that Courtney showed me was this vision of her. She was larger than life. I'm talking like she was like, okay, like I'm 5'3". In this vision, she was like, I don't know, 50 feet tall. She was massive, and she was like, she was funny. And she was looking down on Earth. And while she was looking down on Earth, she had me begin to feel what I feel being a shepherd of my flock, which is that I'm always watching, you know, I'm always everywhere. I'm all, you know, I constantly, you know, I don't have eyes in the back of my head, but I do have a phone that can help me see all of my animals. And so she had me feel like she was giving this vision of her looking down on the earth, number one, to let you know that, hey, she sees all. She sees it all. But also, she wanted you to know she's very much so your shepherd. You are a part of your daughter's flock. And you are not the only ones in this flock. She is an angel, remember. She has a lot of flock here in this life. And so her showing me that she could see the earth was really quite magnificent. I actually got goosebumps during that vision. She then took that vision of the earth and she gave it one big swoop, you know, and then the earth started turning like this, you know. It's like, it's crazy to think of, right? But as the earth was spinning, she then scooped it up in her hands, and she's holding the earth in her hand and smiling. And then she left it with saying, it's time to get spinning. I don't know, as you know, what most of anything means from any message. It is all for you and for Ed, of course. And I would love that you, it's not even about validation, you know that by now, Gia, but I love that you share with me what makes sense to you, because anything that makes sense to you further imprints in my own soul and helps me continue to, well, free my soul enough so that I can open it to receive from a parallel universe, another space and place I absolutely refer to as heaven. Look how cute this little girl's been. She's so good. I got my beer here. It's hot as a mofo here today. It's like 100 degrees with humidity. I'm a sweaty mess. My little chick named Chip, we have 18 birds now. 5 roosters, like 13 hens. Chip, she's not a bird yet. She doesn't know what she is. She's just terrified of the roosters that we have, because they want her. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well and that you have a great rest of your day. And thank you, as always, for reaching out to me, Gia. Love you guys.